Hey everyone, Eric Thompson here. Hope that you are doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you watched the last video that I did about Oscar nominations, you know that I'm just sick as a dog, and I'm sorry for that. But instead of sleeping or resting or drinking lots of liquids, no. YouTube videos, okay? We must press on. And so in this video, considering, as the title suggests, films that are coming out in 2014 that I am excited about. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see what you guys are thinking, all right? And girls, gals, ladies, I want to see what all of you all are excited for this year. There's a lot coming out. I want to make a special note also, about how many movies are coming out that have biblical and spiritual themes. It's very curious. And so we're going to see that trend develop right away, actually. So let's just go month to month. Don't worry, it won't take that long. Of course, I say that, and then 20 minutes later, we'll just be giving you the final snap of the video. So here we go. Coming out in January right now. The only thing I'm really interested in this month that released this weekend, I guess, depending on when you see it, Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Chris Pine, Kevin Costner, and Keira Knightley. The Jack Ryan series, of course, has been left somewhat dormant since The Sum of All Fears. I think that was the last one with Ben Affleck. But of course, at its height, were two films with Harrison Ford and, of course, the legendary Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery and Sam Neill and Alec Baldwin. So, there you have it. In January, hoping to see Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. In February, it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm interested about the Lego movie. Tori and I have been playing Lego games. I have some here, as a matter of fact, right next to me on the shelf. We got the Lego Lord of the Rings, and we got the Lego, what else do we have here? We got the Lego, Harry Potters. It's a good time. We enjoy it. It's fun for us. They're simple. There's a lot of gameplay to it. A lot of replayability for trophy hunters and people who like to complete the games to 100%. And so it's just a good time. I'm curious what they're going to do because the games are pretty funny, the way they spin the stories and that kind of stuff. And so we'll see. I probably won't be able to drag Tori to that one, but maybe. On February 12th, RoboCop, all right? I was very into the original series when I was younger, and so I'm interested to just see what they do with this remake, with the reboot, just to see how all of that goes. Not a whole lot else in February, but getting to that biblical theme, on February 28th, The Son of God releases. Perhaps you saw some of the History Channel's pretty successful, and what some would say, controversial documentary called The Bible. And what they've done is they've taken the whole series and cut it down to a 3-hour feature-length film. And so primarily about Jesus' birth to his crucifixion and his resurrection and the birth of the church, but also a lot of other biblical stories contained therein. And so I'm very curious to see not only how they cut it all together, what are they going to leave out? Are they going to cut anything out that was in the TV series? We'll see. It's very interesting to me to see how that's handled. And of course, this is the first movie about Jesus that's exclusively about the character of Jesus. The first movie that's come out since The Passion of the Christ, which was released about 10 years ago. So there you go. In March, all right, let's see. I'm sorry to be using the screen again. I just don't have all these things memorized. Wish I did. Grand Piano. This is a little different. We got Elijah Wood, John Cusack, good for him, coming back strong. I'll just read the storyline. Tom Selznick, the most talented pianist of his generation, stopped performing in public because of his stage fright. Years after a catastrophic performance, he reappears in public in a long-awaited concert in Chicago. In a packed theater in front of the expectant audience, Tom finds a message written on the score, the music he's playing. The message says, "Play one wrong note, and you die." Without leaving the piano, Tom must discover the anonymous sniper's motives and look for help without anyone realizing. Now, what's he gonna do? Like, play with one hand and text? I don't know. I'm just curious to see how that all plays out. It reminds me, of course, maybe you already know what I'm going to say, of Phone Booth with Colin Farrell. And so we'll see how that plays. No pun intended. But I'm interested in the piano stuff too. What else in March? Muppets Most Wanted goes without saying. I love the Muppets. I didn't see the last film with Amy Adams and whatever his name is, but this looks like a lot of fun with Tina Fey and Ricky Gervais. Okay, so just a good time. I think that... Well, yes, of course, excuse me, I almost went to April, but also another biblical movie coming out in March is Noah, directed by that guy, Darren Aronofsky. Oh boy, you never know what you're going to get when you get into it with that guy. If you've seen The Black Swan, of course, and many other of his films, very controversial. The cast, quite stellar. Ray Winstone, Emma Watson, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Connelly, and of course Russell. I'm so sorry. Why can't I remember his name? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe. I'm sorry. Russell Crowe as Noah. The trailers look really, really weird, but I'm interested to see how that plays out. If you've seen the trailer, also, I'm going to try and put as many trailers as I can in the description below. Check those out so you can kind of see what's going on here, or what's going on with these movies. But in the trailer, you see that Ray Winstone leads this group of bad guys, barbarians who want to get on the ark. I think that's totally reasonable. Because, of course, in the biblical account, you have people making fun of Noah. You're so weird and stupid for building the ark. It's never going to rain, you know. But then, of course, when they realized it's flooding, we're all going to die, I think it's reasonable that they would try to get on the ark. And so, I don't know about all this water exploding out of the ground. I don't know about that, but we'll see. April 4th, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I want to shout out to my good friend Ernie. I know this is going to be one that he's excited to see. Just one more movie in this exceptionally popular Marvel franchise. There you go. Problematic now when we get into these biblical movies. Heaven is for Real, April 16th. The book was incredibly popular. You got your Greg Kinnear and Thomas Hayden Church in this film in which this young man dies. Well, let me just read it. The story of a small-town father who must find the courage and conviction to share his son's extraordinary, life-changing experience with the world. The son, Colton, who's a newcomer, the Connor Coram, claims to have visited heaven during a near-death experience. And through the course of the film, it seems that he is just recounting his experience and that he saw certain people in heaven. I don't know how faithful they're going to remain to the text, but the book did really well, and apparently it's a totally true story. I don't know if anyone said, yes, it is absolutely true, or it's not. There it is, okay? We're going to see how that one plays out. I'm interested. I don't know that I'm going to see it. I'm just interested to see how it is received. Hopefully some of you will see it and let me know what you think. In May, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I never saw the first one, and I guess I want to say I'm going to see it, but I just don't feel very invested in this reboot franchise. It looks cool with Jamie Foxx as Electro. I don't know. Maybe I'm not missing out on anything. We'll see. May 16, though. That's right. Godzilla! Godzilla is back. And he looks really mad in the trailer. Again, check out the trailer below. Wow. The last time they made a Godzilla film in like 98, I don't know what it was. It did not do so well. Okay. No. But this looks like a pretty solid effort to bring back the theory of Godzilla, the terrifying force of nature, and all these different things. So we'll see. A week later, in May of the 23rd, X-Men Days of Future Past. I sure like the X-Men franchise. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing that. June, The Fault in Our Stars. I do not know much about this, but I do know, especially from my sweet wife, that the book is beyond exceptional. Okay, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what all that is about. Hopefully to see it with her, and then we'll do a compare and contrast, and maybe even we will discuss, do a book-to-screen differential on that. Actually, there are a lot of book-to-film adaptations this year. I saw an article somewhere. Maybe I'll try and dig it up, and I'll put it in the description below. We'll see. A lot in the description below, as you can see. In June, I know I'm leaving so many of these behind. I know if I did this again, I'd say, oh wait, I meant to put this one on there too. It's okay. How to Train Your Dragon 2. The first one was pretty fun. Maybe you saw it. It is an MGM DreamWorks production. It's a good time. It's a fun kids movie, but very much in the vein of the Pixar and the Disney films. Just a good time, a fun adventure. And so maybe we'll get to see that. Transformers 4: Age of Extinction. All I know is that we are promised to have an actual reasonable Transformers film this time, because the other ones that have come out, oh boy, I don't know. Let's just move on. All right. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, June 11. Very super scary. I don't know what that's all about. We will see. Just want to note, on July 2nd, Deliver Us from Evil is coming out. Eric Bana, Olivia Munn, Joel McHale, Sean Harris. I'll just read it to you. The story centers around a New York cop, Bana, who has put his faith and religion behind him, but now finds himself targeted by, who do you think? The devil, in the form of a possessed soldier, Sean Harris. Come on, I mean, I don't know what to make of that. I don't think it sounds like very good makings for a film, but we'll see. Again, just spiritual elements being drawn in, but people seem to enjoy that possessive, satanic kind of content. Of course, a lot of movies have done very well with that as the focus. In August, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, another comic film come to life. Great cast. Looks like a pretty neat idea for the plot. We'll see how that goes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As always, I'm committed to that franchise ever since I was a boy. My mom will attest to that. We'll see. I don't know. It's August, but if it's hot, you want to get into the theater. I'm not going to go see The Expendables 3. Didn't see The Expendables 1. I didn't even see The Expendables. So that's expendable to me. You tell me what you think. And when August rolls around. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I do want to see that. Okay? I enjoyed the first one. The spirit was not so good. It was in the same vein. Super duper duper artistic. Okay? Very, very, I don't know, very gritty. Some gore and some adult content there, but the style of the film is so unique. I'm just curious to see which way they're going to take it this time. Okay, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't think it really has anything to do with Vegas either. So just for what it's worth. In September, I'm not seeing a whole lot here. For what it's worth, I made a list before, but I can't find it, so I'm trying not to leave anything out. Are there 6 Resident Evil movies? Who'd have thought? Well, there it is. I'm not going to go see it, but there it is. Let's move on to October. The Vatican Tapes. I just want to see what this is about. Oh boy. No. I'll read it to you anyway. Following the haunting tale of 27-year-old Angela Holmes, who accidentally cuts her finger and ends up in the emergency room, infection leads to erratic behavior, and she begins to have a devastating effect on anyone close, causing serious injury and death. Priests examine Holmes and discover, of course, that she is possessed, but when the Vatican is called upon to exorcise the demon, the possession proves to be an ancient satanic force, more powerful than they imagined. The Balrog of Morgoth. Probably not, but that would be more than they could deal with. Let's move on to November, okay? Most excited for The Hunger Games. Mockingjay Part 1, the end of the Hunger Games 4-part series. Tori and I have talked a lot about this. It's something we enjoy very much. I've not read the books. She's read them several times, I think. We both enjoy the movies, and she hates it that I put Hunger Games on for Hannah all the time here in the living room when we're just hanging out. It drives her nuts, but it's a good time. We enjoy it. I'm interested to see how that plays out. And I've enjoyed the series so far, so I'll be glad to go see that. Maybe we'll go to a midnight showing and Tori can dress up again in her Katniss Evergreen costume. I missed one somewhere. I'm going to go back and find it at the very end, if you'll excuse me for that. And finally, in December, 2, 3, 4 films I'm interested in seeing. We'll go through it quickly. December 12th, the last, to my knowledge, of films that's going to deal with the Bible. Exodus. Not like the Bob Marley song, but that's an awesome song. Christian Bale as Moses, Joe Edgerton as Ramesses, Sigourney Weaver as Tuya, John Turturro as Seti, Aaron Paul as Joshua. Of course, the story of the Exodus, very, very well known and has been portrayed been told over and over again. The greatest telling, of course, in the Ten Commandments, starring Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner, but then even to great success in animation with The Prince of Egypt, so on and so forth. Once again, let's see who the director was real quick. Ridley Scott. So, there you go. The Alien director, the director of Aliens, rolls over to try his hand at the Bible. Now, you know those 10 plagues are going to be frightful. I'm interested to see what they're going to do once again. 1 week, 5 days later even, not even a week later, December 17th, The Hobbit, there and back again. You know what I'm going to say. I'm going to go see it, and I hope that you'll go see it too. And if you live in the Georgetown, Lexington area, let's all go see it together. December 19th, Night at the Museum 3. What a great time. Those movies have been a lot of fun. I don't care for Ben Stiller all that much, but the movies are pretty fun. So we'll see how that goes. And finally, on December 25th, Christmas Day, after you get up and you open your presents and you go to Mass, maybe we should all go see Into the Woods. A very, very popular musical, Sondheim musical, yeah, I think so, yeah. Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine. Here's some of the cast. Actually, let me get the whole thing up here so I can read it all to you. You'll recognize many of these names. Johnny Depp as the wolf, Meryl Streep as the witch, Chris Pine as Cinderella's prince, Emily Blunt as the baker's wife, Anna Kendrick as Cinderella, James Corden as the baker. And I'm looking down below. It looks like these people who are in talks or formerly in talks. You get your Billy Crystals, you got your Meg Ryan, you got your Jake Gyllenhaal. And so I don't know if they're going to be in the film or not. But if you like a good musical, and of course, over the last 10 years or so, there have been some really, really, really good musical, so Broadway to screen adaptations. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how everything comes about. And it's not directed by Tim Burton. And so we're still going to get Johnny Depp pretty much as himself. It'll be a good time. And that is the Disney picture, Christmas picture. They always have one they release right there around Christmas time. And so this year they chose to produce, Into the Woods. Now, where did I miss? I missed one. I want to go back and get it real quick. I'm looking here. Okay, let me move my... Divergent, March 21st. This story just can't stop talking about it. I guess the books are great. It looks an awful lot like a lot of other things that I've seen. But because I'm very interested in book-to-screen differentials, I think I'll go see it. So, dear friends, some of my films that I'm interested in 2014, as always, in the description below, or in the comment section below, let me know what you guys are excited to see, okay? Once again, for all my Lexington, Georgetown, Louisville, Cincinnati, Knoxville, Nashville, St. Louis, Chicago, Boston, Portland, Seattle friends. Let's go see the movies together, okay? We'll all meet up down in Lexington. Maybe it's a drive for some of you. Maybe it's just a walk down the street for others. Let's meet up. Let's go see these movies. It'll be fun to do that. And we can all go out for pizza, and then we'll do a review just right there after we see the movie. I'd like to do that. So please let me know what you guys are excited to see, and hope this video maybe turned you on to a couple things that you weren't thinking about. It's going to be a big, big year for movies. And again, in the list I had, there were 20 more movies for every month, but of course there are 30 or 40 more movies every month that are releasing that I didn't catch. And so as we go along the way, maybe I'll do another video and say, hey, I forgot about this one. Don't forget. As always, hope you are doing well. Like and subscribe if you care to. Did it backwards. Like and subscribe if you care to. Maybe it's time to take a nap. And as always, hope that you are doing well. My hands are sore. I don't feel well. I better just go and lay down and watch The Hunger Games. See you guys. Bye.